Hi, my name is David, and I am an alcoholic. I've put together a series of videos that relate to the third step, and importantly, to other spiritual aspects of getting clean and sober through the steps. Now, some people say, you're barking up the wrong tree, dude. This spiritual thing, I'm not a God thing, got a burrs on. And I say, that's okay. Because I said the same thing, pretty much. In fact, I went on saying it for a long period of time. I went on saying it for years, in fact. And then, one fine day, I realized that I really wanted what's in the ninth step promises. I wanted this new freedom and this new happiness, this not regretting the past thing. I wanted all that. And I realized that I really wanted the spiritual awakening, too, that's promised in the 12th step. Whatever that awakening was, I'm serious, I wanted that. I was tired, and I was worn down. And it dawned on me then that in order to get what I wanted, I had to find a way to make the God thing work for me. I had to make the God thing work for me, not me try and get it. So after a lot of digging around, I landed on some things back in those brilliant and wise writings from the time when real human beings wrote the Gospels and the epistles for the very first time. Those things helped me interpret the God thing in my own way, which is what I needed to do, and I grew with it. It helped me to get sober and then to stay sober. So here's what I'm asking. This barking up the wrong tree, Dave, thing, well, give me a few minutes. Let me top line some stuff between us. And then you can decide whether or not you want to move ahead. Fair enough. Okay, let's give it a shot. I recently put out a video series that talked about the Lord's Prayer, which is a set of petitions. Petitions are what a prayer really is. A petition in the Lord's Prayer, I'm saying, for help in making it in this life as a good person. And even finding a better life. Maybe one that will take us farther than we ever dreamed could exist. You can find that series, it's called Exploring the Lord's Prayer, in the link that's showing up now on the screen. I learned from doing that series. So I looked for more stuff like it. And I settled on a short series of verses called the Beatitudes. These verses are in the Matthew Gospel. In fact, they're just one page away from the Lord's Prayer. And they're related to the Lord's Prayer. And here's how they're related. In the Lord's Prayer, we pray to God, we petition God, that His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And this begs the question, what are we supposed to do in order to see that His will be done on this earth? What actions should our character enact? What's good? What's bad? What's virtuous, really? And what's not? Now, I just described the Lord's Prayer as a set of petitions. And like I said, in a prayer, we are petitioning help or assistance with something. Well, the Beatitudes are not a prayer. What they amount to is a kind of a code of ethics for the folks who were following Jesus around in those days. Now, by code of ethics, I mean the Beatitudes address what kind of person we should be, in order to be a good person. Ethics address both our actions, but also our intentions, the ones that motivate our actions, and intentions are based on our personal values, the deep stuff inside. So you put together, these things make up our character. These actions, these intentions, and these values, all interacting, are what make up our character. So what's going to be our code of character? I mean, tell me, how should we be good? Boom, boom, boom. How should we be good? What moral virtues should we identify, develop, work on, and master? Now, this was something actually radically new in the Hebrew culture. The Jews had a big focus on laws going all the way back through the Old Testament, but not as much definition on ethics. Some, but not as much. So we're talking about philosophy here, the kind of philosophy that the Greeks became so famous for. The Jews had the Mosaic Law that they had to obey, very detailed, every aspect of their day. But a Pharisee could do everything that the law required to the letter and yet still not be righteous. A good person and a bad person could both obey the law. No one would see any difference in observing what they were doing. They could both obey the law, but one could be truly virtuous while the other was really not virtuous at all. Not in his real intentions. He wasn't a virtuous man. So what was it that made the good person good? And what was it that made the righteous person righteous? What made the good person pleasing in the sight of the higher power? And what made the bad person not pleasing? What constitutes good character? One of our big topics at AA is identifying and removing our defects of what? What? Don't have to wait long here. Come on, it's our defects of character, right? I mean, that's the 5th, 6th, 7th, all those steps. And it's not easy, would you agree? And here we have this remarkable figure of Jesus of Nazareth laying it out for us, this combination of stuff from the Old Testament, philosophy around his time. So I want to go through that, what the Beatitudes have to tell us. It's amazing. It's amazing. I want to go through that, though, as it applies to us, as it applies to we alcoholics and we addicts. We have a tougher job in doing this, I think. We have a tougher job than those normies out there do. I mean, wouldn't you say? Everybody has to deal with life, circumstances, self-doubt and disappointment, other people, oh my God, all around. But on top of that, we, addicts and alcoholics, we have a special situation. We have to deal with deeper spiritual and character problems. There are problems that, if left unattended, work to make us actually self-destructive. They try to kill us. So what's it going to take for folks like us? What's it going to look like for us to ever get on top of this? So come along, go through it with me. Click the link here and let's get on with the first Beatitude. Thanks.